So Black Ops 3 had a massive reveal at E3 this year, and because of this, combined with the fact that myself and Kieran are huge Call of Duty fans, we thought it would be only appropriate to bring you the biggest breakdown and analysis video I've certainly ever done, and potentially the biggest one on YouTube at this second, because I've been looking over and researching literally as soon as I woke up. I'm so excited for Black Ops 3, so this is everything you need to know about Black Ops 3's E3 reveal, from the campaign to the multiplayer, all in one video. Settle down, relax, get ready for the biggest, boldest breakdown of everything Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So on the screen you'll see a couple of things, campaign and multiplayer. We know everyone has their preference, so we've made it easy for you to access certain sections of the video. If you want to see campaign details, click the campaign button. If you want to see multiplayer details, click the multiplayer button. It's really that simple. But before you do so, if you could hit that like button for this huge extensive analysis of all things Black Ops 3, that would be awesome and it'd help us out a lot. And subscribe for more E3 coverage over the week. Black Ops 3's campaign is set in the far future. The year is 2065, and the division between mankind and technology is as blurred as ever, with military corporations investing in cybernetic enhancements for their soldiers. This means amputating arms to replace them with stronger, more robust mechanical ones, replacing legs with quicker, more powerful cybernetic ones, and providing optical enhancements that give the user the ability to zoom in and out, read data, or even see through walls. All of this through cybernetic enhancements. There is a coalition between the human Black Ops soldiers and mechanized robots as they take to the battlefields of the future. Now, let's get into some actual breaking down of the campaign gameplay we were shown at E3. Starting up, this is something I haven't seen people really talking about. This is the new safe house feature in the campaign. It's essentially a hub for you and three other friends, to customize your abilities. You can check out your armory, show off achievements and more before you head off onto your next campaign mission. Think a pre-lobby screen, but actually being in a lobby, as in physically walking around, but with much more things to do. As you can see, the armory is accessible, but there are rumours of a firing range similar to the one seen in Advanced Warfare being somewhere in the safe house, and we can actually get our first look at the mission you're about to take part in. So here's our first look at the mission we're looking through today. It's called Rise and Fall, and its mission description is that the HVI has been detained by WA allies in Cairo. Find out what he knows. And the objective is to interrogate Dr. Salim. Now, as we know, Dr. Salim has been teased in various Snapchat teasers for Black Ops 3, and this confirms that he is indeed a campaign character and that he needs to be interrogated for what he knows. Also on the screen you can see that you can check your mission records in a vault, take note of what engagements you're going to be encountering, whether it be close range, long range or medium range. I can even detect what type of opposition you're going to be going up against in the top right, with heavy infantry, heavy infantry, heavy armor and air threat all being exemplified here. Now the gameplay begins in the wreckage of an aircraft. This character right here, who if you've seen my previous Black Ops 3 videos, which I advise you do, you'll know that I think this is a relative of the Mason family, who are obviously a returning and recurring character within the Black Ops franchise. We had Alex Mason in Black Ops 1, David Mason in Black Ops 2, so what's saying we won't have another Mason in Black Ops 3? And he tells you that you've got to move. So as you can see, he's using what looks like an AK-47 style assault rifle with what looks like a dual mag. So that confirms its reappearance in Black Ops 3, allowing you for faster reloads. And as we move up the street, you can see in the bottom right two little icons. We have player movement and multi-core. These are basically programs in your player that allow him to do certain things. Think perks. In this case, player movement is online, so he can boost jump, use boost slides, strafe, wall run and the like, and multi-core will be shown very soon. So our first look at the UI for Black Ops 3. As you can see in the bottom right, other players are listed above your ammo count. In this case we have other players, but the player we're with at the minute is using a AR-K7 customized, which indicates that the weapon customization will be in the campaign, and he's also using it in auto mode, which may indicate that select fire is back, which allows you to swap from automatic to 3-round burst mode with a click of a button. Also, next to the players' names, you can see these little numbers showing that there is a level progression system in Black Ops 3 campaign mode. And furthermore, you get this little icon with a number next to it, and this is placed where your specialist ability is in multiplayer. So this hints that once you reach a specific number of points through kills, or maybe completing objectives or collecting intel, you'll be able to use an ability to give you an edge in gameplay. Now this is very interesting. These are your cores. The core abilities or cyber abilities allow your player to use a select number of powers on this weapon wheel. The one you're seeing highlighted is remote hijack, which will allow you to hack into enemy vehicles and drones, as we see later on. But also in the top left we can see Ravage Core, which allows you to rip a robot's power cell from its core, which when thrown will explode. And we're also getting Overdrive, which means to move faster, aim better and handle equipment quicker. Rapid Strike allows you to follow through your original melee attack with 2 other consecutive melee attacks. And next we have Immolation, which means to burst a robot into flames, set off explosives carried by enemies, and Electrostatic Strike, which allows you to electrocute an enemy with a deadly melee strike. So these core abilities are most likely used to give you more freedom in how you play the game. Moving forward a bit, you can see this player using the new wall running ability, confirming that it is in use for, yes, both campaign and multiplayer. Furthermore, he's using the new Spider SMG, which kind of reminds me of the old Scorpion from Black Ops 1. Here we have our first look at C4 in Black Ops 3. Yes, C4 is back. You can only detonate it once it's been armed, so you throw it down as soon as it makes contact with a wall or an object or whatever. It arms itself after maybe like a 1-second delay, so you can't detonate it in midair. But it's nice to see one of the staples of the franchise return. Now this was quite interesting to me, as it seems the player is using a new ability to give himself some sort of shield for a couple of seconds. In the gameplay you can see that it's actually powered by that little icon and meter in the bottom right, which I was talking about earlier. So this indicates that you need to recharge before you can use it again. But it does look like some sort of shield from enemy damage, or perhaps some sort of less damage taken, similar to Stim in Advanced Warfare. Here the player uses his cyber ability to hijack the Walker tank style vehicle we see in the gameplay. The transition is pretty much instant, and it'll be interesting to see how this is used in multiplayer gameplay. You have to have a direct line of sight on the drone or vehicle, or you're not going to be able to hack it. So if, I don't know, a player starts shooting at you, you're not going to be able to hack that. If there's a wall in the way, you're not going to be able to hack that. You have to directly see it. You have to have a line of sight onto the vehicle or drone you're hijacking, or else the hack will not work. Here's another cyber ability. This is Firefly Swarm. Firefly Swarm basically allows your character to summon a horde of mechanized fireflies, which will buzz around your enemies and set them alight, as crazy as that sound. We've seen this before, and it's likely this will be in multiplayer, but there will be some ways to defend from it, perhaps such as like Flat Jacket and stuff like that. And aside from that, the 4-player co-op gameplay looks smooth as hell. You all encounter the same cutscene, then you all, begin the mission in the same position and spread out from there, so it's quite good for cohesive campaign experiences, and all the set pieces and explosions and great, huge sequences from traditional Call of Duty campaigns will be returning, and you'll be able to encounter it with 3 of your chums, so that's always good. Okay, so that's the campaign all covered. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them. If you're excited for Black Ops 3 campaign, then please leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I've got some multiplayer coverage coming right up, so stay tuned for that. So here's our first look at the multiplayer gameplay of Black Ops 3. If you're as excited as I am for this multiplayer, leave a like, but let's get straight into the breakdown. So as you can see here, we have Domination making a return with the traditional 3 flags of A, B and C all showing up. The minimap in the top left is wide and lengthy, but it's not known if this is, the standard size for the vanilla game itself, or whether it's a perk which will allow you to expand the minimap. So the gameplay is pretty much focused throughout this whole trailer on the specialist characters, and the one we're using right now is Ruin. So each specialist character comes with a special ability, as you'll see throughout this trailer, and in the bottom right you can see the meter which builds up in anticipation of the ability. Once it reaches full power, you can use your own special ability specific to each specialist. In this case, Ruin uses gravity spikes, which we'll see a shot of in a second. Also, around the UI in the bottom right, you'll see that Ruin is using the Man O' War, a new weapon that seems like an assault rifle, and he's also using the Tomahawk, which returns from previous Black Ops games. There's also this drone flying around. It's uncertain whether or not it's a kill streak or perhaps some sort of equipment, but it does open fire on the enemy team. So the blue lights indicate that this drone is indeed on your side. In the bottom left you can see the Trident logo that was teased in previous Snapchat teasers, so that confirms that it was indeed a teaser for a new faction being shown. Here's our first look at the gravity spikes being used in first person. You can activate this ability by hitting the left bumper and right bumper at the same time, and the gravity spikes basically have a damage radius. Once they hit the ground around wherever you've landed, they send the enemy team flying, so it's a good idea to use this attack on flags just as the player does here. But Ruin is killed by Seraph, another specialist character, whose special ability is the Annihilator pistol. Seraph actually uses a new grenade here that hits a C4 being thrown by another player and kills the enemy player, so we don't know what that grenade actually does. It could be a traditional frag, it could be a Semtex, it could be anything. We don't quite get to see it here as it explodes before we even get to see what the special ability of that grenade is. After unlocking her Annihilator, she kills 2 more enemy players and receives the HCXD kill streak, which is undeniably the successor to the RCXD of previous Black Ops titles. But then she's killed by Outrider, another specialist character who's using the Locust bolt action sniper rifle. Now Outrider's special ability is the Sparrow, which is a compound bow and arrow. Once using the Sparrow, the enemy player hit with the bolt will fly back and explode after a couple of seconds, so it's got some knockback damage, but then they explode to finish them off, which should provide some nice multi-kills. Outrider is then taken out by another specialist character, and this is one we haven't seen before. He's using the Shelver or Shiva semi-auto weapon, and it's also worth noting that the equipment he's using is the returning shock charge from Black Ops 2. Now his special ability is actually Glitch. Now we've heard of Glitch before, as it actually allows the player to travel back in time and potentially avenge their death. During this game of Hardpoint, yes, Hardpoint is returning. He uses his special ability Glitch, as you can see through that blue light on the cavern wall, to teleport back in time and take out the enemy that's firing at him, which is really cool stuff. Then he's taken out by Reaper, whose specialist ability is this awesome minigun arm cannon. He kills a couple of players with it, and then he gains the Lightning Strike, which is a fan favourite returning kill streak from Black Ops 2. Then we see these ball droids being dropped in, and which act a lot like attack dogs from previous titles. They hunt down your enemies and take them out and are extremely quick. We also have some underwater gameplay here, and our first look at the biggest kill streak in the game, the Mothership. Then we have our first little look at the new gunsmith mode in Black Ops 3, which allows you to customize everything about your gun, from the optics to the paint jobs to the camo, and this feature is exclusively available on the Xbox One, PS4 and PC. Also, remember that PlayStation and Activision now have a deal where all Black Ops 3 DLC will be coming to PS4 first, as well as early access to the beta in August. So that's our in-depth coverage of Black Ops 3 campaign and multiplayer. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait for this new installment in the franchise. I think it's going to be great, and it's going to be a really good breath of fresh air. If you're excited for this video, if you're excited for the game itself, or this video helped you, then leave it a like and subscribe for more Black Ops 3 and E3 content in the near future, and I'll talk to you very soon.